Tuesday. The first warnings emerged more than 100 years ago.
The reduction of Arctic sea ice cover and melting of the permafrost has accelerated during this year's heat wave. That will drive even more warming.
People are suffering. People are dying. Entire ecosystems are collapsing.
At least 17 people have already been killed.
We are in the beginning of a mass extinction.
Let's be honest, there is a specific kind of rain in the Philippines that makes all of us stop, stare outside, and think, ay, wala na to, suspended na to.
It's not really the cute romantic Olan you see in K-dramas, when in truth, it's actually the kind of rain that turns our campuses into Venice, the kind of rain where our classrooms get an instant swimming pool upgrade, the kind of rain that suddenly makes all our group chats go, stay safe guys, while secretly hoping classes get suspended. But that wasn't bad weather. That was Carding. Odette. Ulysses.
Climate change is no longer something we read about in a thick STS module or watch in a Netflix documentary. It is literally knocking on our classroom doors, sometimes so hard it feels like it could send the door flying.
And this brings us to the heart of our talk today. The challenge is massive, but we Filipino students are not powerless. In fact, we might be the most powerful agents of change our country has.
We live in one of the most climate vulnerable countries on Earth, an archipelago that gets visited by more typhoons than some countries get long weekends.
But here's the plot twist. We are not just victims. We bounce back fast. After all, who else can submit a requirement in the middle of a blackout? We improvise, discard it as our specialty. And we are deeply connected, from our GCs all the way to our barangays.
So the question isn't, can a Filipino student contribute? No, it is, how we will start.
Pillar 1. The power of the mind. We've all sat through science classes where terms like mitigation or carbon sequestration sound like final boss vocabulary words. But the real magic happens when we translate these concepts into something our lola, classmate, or barangay can understand. In other words, we localize science. Adaptation is just, paano tayo maghahanda kapag dumating na naman si bagyong hindi invited? Mitigation is, anong pwede nating baguhin ngayon para hindi lumala ang sitwasyon? And the best part is, we don't need a PhD. What we need are the platforms we already use on a daily basis. Our TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook can be spaces for truth. Let's share facts, not fear, even if the algorithm keeps choosing thirst traps over climate content.
Pillar number 2, the power of the wallet. Climate action isn't about guilt-tripping ourselves. We're students, we're broke, stressed, and doing our best. And honestly, that's more than enough to handle. But when we act together, our choices genuinely matter. Instead of just stop using plastic, let's follow the Filipino way, refuse, reuse, and request. Refuse unnecessary plastic. Reuse like our mothers or grandparents who never threw away a single ice cream container in their entire lives. And most importantly, let's request. Ask our canteen or our favorite milk tea shop, "Ate, pwede po bang reusable cup na lang?" When 100 of us demand the same thing, it's no longer for a show. It becomes economic pressure. We can even do a carbon fast, which is to track our own waste for 1 week. Though it will be humbling, confronting, and possibly traumatizing, but it will be totally effective.
Pillar 3. The power of the collective. This is where real change gets exciting. We've all complained about things on campus like broken ACs, overflowing trash bins, leaky faucets to drip all day. So instead of letting that frustration go to waste, why not turn it into an action with a campus green audit? We can measure energy use, assess waste, and suggest practical improvements. And beyond campus, we can join our barangay DRRM teams, map flood-prone areas, and talk to our barangay captain. Well, not alone, since nakakahiya especially sa mga introverted persons dyan. But as a student group, like Kap, may maipapanukala po sana kami, isang composting program po. Now, that's not just idealism, that's governance in action.
So let's recap. We have the mind to educate, the wallet to influence, and the collective to mobilize. The climate crisis is a storm and none of us can lift the entire house. But the Filipino spirit of bayanihan isn't about one superhero. It is about all of us together, each carrying one small part of the weight.
So here's our challenge. Nothing complicated, but definitely achievable. Once this presentation wraps up, let's choose one pillar that we're ready to take action on. Educate, refuse, or mobilize. And start one conversation, just one, with a classmate, with a friend, with your dorm mate, or with your family. That's how the movement begins.
The future isn't something that happens to us. It's something that we, Filipino students, build starting today.